Hello everybody, this is Bench85 and welcome to something a little bit different, possibly the first video of numerous ones that are actually going to, let me not plug this in yet, reach into the my real life world a little bit. I know I've mentioned before, I'm not sure I like this flying site, but we're going to work with it, that I'm into RC aircraft, anything flight related, and this is actually our simulator, or a simulator that I use. It's called PhoenixRC. It's a really great way. Where is it? Farmland. There we go. This is what we want. A really great way to learn how to fly. And it's telling me I don't have my transmitter connected yet, which I don't, because otherwise you're going to start getting the audio from the airplane. So over here, always make sure you have your, sorry about that, transmitter controls where you want it to be. Let's see if I can bring this around a little bit. So this model itself is known, I can't hear. I'm going to have to change the audio significantly, I think, for you guys. It's not safe to fly straight towards yourself. I am a safety officer at my club, so I should know that, but I just wanted to show you guys a little bit. This is a Yak 54, which is a very aerobatic plane. You can see how much control deflection you end up having. I was trying to see if I had different rates set up. I do. So this is actually using the exact same transmitter that I use for flying my models. And actually, while we're at it, let me view toolbars. No, displays. Controller. There. Now you guys can see what I'm doing. So let's see, we got gear here, which I don't have on this plane. Apparently I don't have flaps included on anything. Oh wait, I do right there. And smoke is just smoke, I guess. I think I get everything. So anyways, if you look at the sticks here, these are the actual sticks that I'm using because I'm in mode 2. So you got your aileron left and right here, which you can see the airplane doing that. That's for roll purposes. You've got your elevator, which is up and down on the back stick here, or the right stick. That's going to be your up and down. You've got rudder control. And then I think, nope, I don't have throttle hold set on here. Well, that's going to be your throttle hold there. Or your throttle is going to be up and down. Let me actually set that quick. I think I have throttle hold ability here. Some mixes, sub trim, switches. I wonder if I have to, hold on. I know it's gonna stop, but I want to see if I can change this. Data reset, trainer inhibit, throttle recovery inhibit. Dual rate switch is flap 2. Aha. Dual rate switch select. Elevator dual rate. Flap 2. I don't know. Apparently I can't do it in that one. I have to figure out where I have that set for. I've got a mix somewhere, I'm sure, that I have in some of my other aircraft that I have here. But basically what we're going to want to probably do here is turn a little bit so we can take off. Accelerate up and you can see right away we've got flight. Now you'll probably see me moving around the sticks and stuff quite a bit here. I don't actually want to fly very well. Oh, I've got a bunch of trim in here, that's why. I'm not sure why I have trim in here. Let me attempt to land this here. Okay, don't flare on me. Don't bounce. Yeah, let's try that. So trim is just changing my center point on my controls. Actually, I feel like it probably would have helped it, but that's okay. This thing sounds funny. It's got a really small engine. So you can see as far as roll here, you can roll through stuff. Try and fly at knife edge a little bit. Which is not very natural for an airplane. So holding a lot of rudder, using your throttle to control your height, and then using the elevator to pull yourself around the corners. Now this is a very aerobatic plane, like I was saying. I have one similar to this, which I'll probably put in a video, although it's not nearly as big as this. I think this model is designed to be like a 7-foot wingspan plane. Whee! I just kind of want to like fly around and not talk. I'm going to have problems with this. Okay. So yes, this is the best way to actually train, because if you crash, it'll just reset. And you'll be like, hey, we got another plane to go. Okay, so that is my flaps. I don't know. Like I said, I have the sim set up a little bit differently than my real life airplanes are. But airplanes are actually something that I didn't get into first. It's something that I've enjoyed since then. Try to not lose my orientation here. That's the biggest thing with models. Like, you got the white on this side, there's still white on the other side, so you got to make sure you know which way you're pointing, which is a big challenge with any of your real life models. Yeah, this thing wants to pitch down. So if I'm upside down, it wants to fall. So it's like the center of gravity is not where it's supposed to be. I'm actually curious as to how well the controller shows what I'm doing. But some basic maneuvers, like I said, is, you know, you got your regular turn here, which is pretty normal for any airplane, so you can easily fly, you know, figure eights. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm in really high rates so that I can do a lot more. Just wagging the tail. Come back over the top. Feel like you're spiraling out of control. Obviously you've got, what, loop-de-loops, which are pretty common, pretty simple to do, just elevator back. I was flying it upside down, which is the same as flying normal. You're just, everything's kind of reversed, or at least the elevator's reversed. So pulling up is actually what you don't want to do. Because if you pull up, well, you're going straight in the ground, so you got to push off. That stalled it a little bit. Tail slides are something fun that I like to do. Is where you go straight up, cut throttle, kick it over, then you start coming back down. You can phase out of it however you want. Trying to think what else. start flying all over the place. Otherwise you can just throw the sticks around and it's like, oh, it looks really good, but doesn't really pertain to much. One of the moves that I've been working on is actually what they call like flying squares, which I am horrible at, especially if I try to fly the bottom stage first. I think I'm gonna actually want to come from the other side. I feel more comfortable coming from this side. So you're gonna want to be flying knife edge. And then you kick it. Oh, see, I already screwed it up. You're supposed to keep the airplane facing the same direction. And so then it's like, oop. Supposed to go like straight up. And then when you get to the top, you fly knife edge the other way. And then you drop it straight down. And then obviously at the bottom, you're going to come back the other way. But it's something that I don't know the individual parts as well as I should. And so it's going to take some time before I actually get the orientation for it. And these planes, if I could get it to rotate where it needs to be. Oh, I'm fighting it. More throttle. Are hoverable, although I think the models in the sim here are a little bit low powered. No, it's fighting me. Oh no, I lost a wing. No, I kind of did that on purpose. So the other thing I wanted to switch to is what I actually started flying on, which is helicopters, and I'm gonna have to change my my remote here because I'm gonna have some issues. Do I actually have favorites saved? No. So we've got a lot of different things that we can go to for. We've got electrics of many kinds. Assuming performance is going to be nitros. This guy right here is actually the one that I own, a regular T-Rex Pro. I have that body actually. The 3G is a little nicer. Can I change? Oh, you can do it in the red. How about the yellow? The yellow is what I have. Well, it's not quite that one, but it looks good. I forgot that you can change them. They also have night fly versions, which are pretty crazy to fly. It's actually, well, do they have, they do have a 700. A little bigger, easier to see. That's actually how my 600 looks quite a bit. So let me change the model quick. Because there's a whole bunch of settings that are saved every time you do this, or each different model that you have. Everything looks good here. So they are nitro powered, the ones that I have, most of them. And helicopters are tough to fly. So I guess I don't have any difference in this settings. Oh, she's touchy. So this is similar to an airplane from the standpoint of you've got rudder control. Oop. Yeah, it feels really touchy. You've got elevator control, which is going to be up and or forward and back, which is not actually like your, I guess it's not really elevator, it's called cyclic control. So basically you're changing the disc, so you're either pushing the disc forward or backwards, or you're going left and right, basically. The throttle, as you can hear, is actually constant. I don't know if it'll let me do this if I land quick. Let me bring it a little closer. I said I'm not as comfortable with helicopters as I used to be. I mean, I learned on them first, but they just don't feel as comfortable. But yeah, it's bogging down. So this is basically pitch control is what it is, up and down. So the throttle stays the same, and what you're doing, see if I cut this and if you can see it. Actually, I might need to be a little closer. Come here. Oh, 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 don't do that. Should not fly these this close. Okay. Kill throttle. Oh, there's still enough rotor speed for that. There we go. Kill the speed. Come on. Slow down. I want the rotors to stop. Come on. It takes a while. I would have been better off crashing it, I guess. And I can show this like in a real life episode if you want to see it, because it's easier to see. But you can see the blades. Let's see here. Give them the turn so that they're lined up. Oh, come on. There we go. So you got down pitch and you got up pitch. So you can see how the rotor blades are just kind of flipping back and forth. It's changing the pitch of the blades. It doesn't show it, but then your left and right is going to be tipping the disc left or right, forward and back, tips them forward and back. And this does your rudder. So I'm going to actually center the stick. You're not supposed to let a nitro spool up like that in real life. It'll burn out the clutch, but it'll work for this. So I mean, if you want to go forward, and this is like any real helicopter, you just kind of pitch forward, and then you're going to rotate around, trying to keep your discs relatively level. Then you can bring her to a halt. Basically, you're trying to change the direction that the disc is flying. So if it's coming backwards like this when you're hovering, you want to tip it forward a little bit. If it's going left or right, you want to tip it left or right. But it's constant work trying to hold a hover. Like if you want to hold it perfectly in one spot, you're constantly fighting it. Now the beauty of having pitch either way is that if I decide to do like I did before, you can actually hang it upside down. Oop, and I broke it. And blades go flying everywhere. I used to be able to hover upside down, no problem. Wasn't worried about it. I could hover, you know, pretty well wherever I was. I was pretty comfortable with it. I could fly certain different moves. But as you can see, it's the muscle memory is not there. So I've been flying mostly airplanes this summer, and just kind of working on this. I have been doing a little bit of, you know, flipping it over to upside down and trying to hold it, and then bringing it back and just kind of getting a feel for the hover. Except everybody at the field gets nervous. Whee! I mean, you can do, you know, loop-de-loops in the sky, and you can do all those sorts of things that you can with an airplane. Do rolls, and you can do that a lot tighter actually if you're good with the pitch. Let's see if I can kind of bringing the tail around a little bit fast. Because yeah, if you do a roll, there you go, that's a little better. You gotta be sharp on the pitch basically. Whee! Right off the ground. And usually, the fun part is when I actually land them. I used to be able to do it. Actually, I wonder if I can do this. It used to be that you'd fly them really up high. Cut the throttle. You gotta flare them right at the end. Ooh, I did it. It's known as an auto rotation, and most real life aircraft can do it. Or if I can do it a little bit closer. Oop. Lost orientation there for a moment. The sim's bad about that. It depends on how big of a screen you have. So if I spin it around, so you get it coming down, you cut your throttle, you want it in a dive, and then you flare it right at the last moment. And what it does is when you flare, it actually will pitch the blades and speed them up a little bit and allow you to actually float down to the ground. Normally what I'll do for just a landing right now is, I'll just bring it in close to me. Oop. Come here, buddy. So I'll bring it in close and I'll just cut throttle and just kind of float her down. It floats a lot better in the sim. Like I shouldn't be able to take back off like that. Oop. But it kind of lets you. So it kind of gets you a feel of what I'm doing a little bit and how I test things and learn more skills. But nothing beats actual flying. So if you're kind of curious about how this is, and I want to get my GoPro going so that I can actually film like at the field so you can see me flying real things. I can do some like better description of how things work within them if you're curious about that, and just kind of make a real life series kind of that'll continue on. I mean, we'll have a video every once in a while, and I think it'll be fun. So with that, guys, thank you guys all for watching, and as always, take it easy.